and welcome to another edition of Ducks Know Sports. And this week, talking about Week 12 in the NFL. Already Week 12. Week 12, you know what that means? U.S. Thanksgiving, which means the playoffs are just around the corner. This is the time when teams in the NFL start getting all things ready for the playoffs. They start getting the running game going. They get their defense in order. They make sure the passing game's on target. This truly is, we're almost to the playoffs. We're almost at the finishing line, so the next few weeks of football should be some very, very intense football, which is the best kind of NFL action. But we'll start with the Thursday night primetime game this week as the New England Patriots travel to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Jets. Jets. We'll start with the Patriots first in this one. Very impressive week last week against the Colts, beating them down. You know, it was pretty close there in the first half. In the second half, the Patriots just blew the doors off the Colts and showed Andrew Luck, hey, maybe you're not as good as Tom Brady just quite yet. But they did lose Kronk there at the end of the game. Last play of the game, broke his forearm. Will probably be out for the rest of the regular season, as he'll be out for 6 weeks. And this is a huge loss for the Patriots. So let's call it for what it is. I mean, he is a big part of the offense. You know, had like about 14 plus touchdowns last year, and having a great year again this year. And truly is Tom Brady's go-to guy in the red zone. So that's a huge loss. But as the Patriots motto is, I think one guy goes down, another guy will step up. I think Hernandez, who is back now, I think will have a bigger role in the team now and will step his game up and be that key player in the red zone. And I don't think Patriots go lose a beat, as they still have Wes Welker, and Edelman really picked up the game last week too. I think the Patriots will be fine. I looked at their schedule. You know, got some tough games in there. They got the Texans in a couple weeks. They got the 49ers in a few weeks. But besides that, pretty much, you know, easy pickings for the rest of the season. So I think the Patriots will be fine, because if you still got Tom Brady, the Patriots will always be fine, because Tom Brady is that good. I think he will make players around him better. And I think Patriots team will be fine this week, because they're playing a New York Jets team who, let's face the facts, yes, they beat the Rams last week, but this New York Jets team has not had a good year. And I really think this might be the game, because I really don't think this will be a close game. I really think this will be the game, as maybe in the third quarter, Rex Ryan will be looking at his watch, and it's going to be saying Tebow time. As I truly believe that Mark Sanchez has run New York, hasn't worked out. I think you got to put in Tim Tebow. He went to all this the offseason. You went to go get him for a reason, because I truly believe if Tim Tebow is the starting quarterback of New York Jets will have a better chance at winning some games. And New York Jets are not out of it, but they're not really in it. They're kind of in that weird stage right now where, like I said, you know, not very close to playoffs, but not far away from the first pick in the draft. So New York Jets won't make the playoffs. They really have to start winning, and probably will have to go realistically 6-0 down the stretch to have a chance at the playoffs. And I just don't see it happening this week, because I think the New England Patriots just better in every phase of the game, in offense, defense, special teams, just better in every category. And I just think the New England Patriots too much for the Jets to handle, and I think the New England Patriots beat down the New York Jets on Thanksgiving. It will not be a very good Thanksgiving for Rex Ryan and company. All right, moving to our next matchup of the week, as the Atlanta Falcons travel to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Very, very interesting match. Very good matchup. Last week for the Atlanta Falcons was not pretty. Matt Ryan threw 5 picks. Defense looked awful sometimes. Forgot how to tackle at some parts of that game last week. Atlanta Falcons last couple weeks have not looked well. They've not looked like themselves the first few weeks of the season. Not looking good. And for this team to win the playoffs, I mean, yeah, they are 9-1, but they still have issues going on, as this team on defense the last couple weeks has a problem tackling. And to win the playoffs, you gotta tackle. You gotta wrap up your man. They haven't been doing that, and it just shows you that, you know, Atlanta Falcons defense, they fly the ball, they get to their man, but they are still undersized. And for an NFL defense, that is a problem. I mean, so CFL be no problem, but this is the NFL, that is a problem. As undersized defense has never won in the NFL, probably never will win in the NFL. You have to have your big guys up front to make plays, and they're just a little undersized, and that's an issue for me with the Atlanta Falcons. On offense, there is no issue. I mean, you have Matt Ryan. Yes, he had a bad game last week, but I think Matt Ryan will bounce back because he is one of the best QBs in the league. And you have Julio one side, Roddy the other side, Tony in the middle. That's no problem. Their passing game is no problem. But another problem with the Atlanta Falcons is their running game. It's because Michael Turner has been a great back in this league for the last few years, but it's pretty clear maybe he's past his prime a little bit and is not getting the same yardage as he's been getting. If I'm the Atlanta Falcons, I would start Quiz Rogers right now, because I think he's just that great change of pace kind of back and could get you some quick yards, take some pressure off Matt Ryan. I think it would be smart, make this offense flow even better. And not only said Atlanta Falcons, good team, but with issues, as I said. On the other side, you have a very surprising Tampa Bay Buccaneer team who, believe it or not, are 6-4. A lot of people not talking about Tampa Bay right now, but a very, very surprising team on the rise, and maybe a team ahead of schedule, as we kind of all thought. At least I thought this team would struggle this year, and would struggle to win even 6 games. I thought they'd be lucky if they won 6 games this year. They've already done that. And for a team, Josh Freeman, who I'm not Josh Freeman's biggest fan, but he's getting it done. He's found a new target in Vincent Jackson, and these guys are just playing great football right now, and it's glad to see, because on this defense, I don't know what's about Tampa Bay. It's something in the water in Tampa Bay. They always seem to have a good defense. Same year this year is their defense just getting it done, knows how to tackle, gets to their man, does not give up big plays. Very, very well-coached team right now. And this will be very interesting because Tampa Bay, a young team, going against, in my opinion, the best team in this division, the NFC South. But I just think Tampa Bay has improved. They're looking good so far this year, but I just think even with the Atlanta Falcons issues, they just find a way. That's what I like about Atlanta, though. They find a way to get it done. I think this week is the same situation. I think the Atlanta Falcons get done this week. It'll be a tight game, but I think it's going to be a field goal tight game, but the Atlanta Falcons get the job done this week and beat Tampa Bay. Our next matchup, as the San Francisco 49ers travel to New Orleans, take on the New Orleans Saints. Should be an interesting one. San Francisco last week looked like they are back to being one of the better teams in the NFC. I mean, I've been kind of down San Francisco as they took a little dip in the season, but they look to be back. I mean, Kaepernick played great. No, I don't know if Alex Smith is going to go this week, but I think they're fine there at QB if Kaepernick can go, because he's playing great. And maybe this is a spark they need. I mean, their offenses look good the last 2 weeks, the last game and a half, basically. He's been in there starting QB. They look great. They look like a better offense with Kaepernick as a QB than Alex Smith. So maybe he's the answer. Turn around this season. Because they put 32 points on a very good Bears defense, and I really think this was a changing point of the season last week. And I think San Francisco, with that kick-ass defense they still got, in my opinion, still the best defense in the league, led by Patrick Willis, one of the best middle linebackers in the league right now, if not the best. And an offense now, maybe with Kaepernick, can flow now, and let's see what San Francisco do, because they're playing a team, New Orleans, who are playing well. Maybe there's a chance for New Orleans to make the playoffs still, as they just seem to win every week. They seem to found their groove. I don't know what it is, but Drew Brees has taken his game to another level. He's playing really well right now. But San Francisco's playing well. Saints are playing well. This will be a great game, probably the best game of the week. But New Orleans is playing well, but there's just something about San Francisco. There just seems to be something rolling right now. They seem to be back. So I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers. And our next match of the week, the Sunday Nighter. As the Green Bay Packers travel to the New York Football Giants at MetLife Stadium. Should be an interesting one. We'll start with the Packers. You know, the Packers are that dark team, I think, in the NFC that nobody wants to play. I mean, think about it. If you're the Giants or the Falcons or even the 49ers or the Bears, do you really want to play the Packers right now, because they're playing so hot right now? I mean, Aaron Rodgers. What more can you say about Aaron Rodgers? One of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not the best quarterback in the league. An offense that seems to be flowing right now. Offense is just flowing like there's no tomorrow. And a defense, not the best defense in the league. I'm not going to say they're the 49ers or anything, but this defense gets the job done. They seem to be tackling a lot better than they were at the start of the year. And a team, well-coached team, bought by McCarthy, who, in my opinion, is the best coach in the NFL going right now. And I really believe in this Green Bay Packer team. I really think they can be that dark horse like they were a couple years ago when they went to win the Super Bowl. Of course, coming in as a 6th seed in the playoffs, I think they can do the same thing this year because this team, if they get a chance, they get in the playoffs, get a chance. There's no team in the NFC that will want to play the Green Bay Packers, in my opinion, right now. And on the other side, you have a New York Giants team who struggles in November, has been struggling this November, but they struggle every November, then turn up in December. But for me, there's issues with this Giants team. I mean, there's more of that. We just struggle in November, no big deal, as Eli said a couple of weeks ago. I think there's just something about, I think it's a more important game to the Giants than it is the Packers. And I just think Eli Manning has to pick his game up because he has not played well the last couple of weeks, and this defense has played awful the last month or so. But for the Giants, I think they have to get back to the basics, which is running the football with Bradshaw. I think they'll do it this week, as I really think the Giants, with a week off last week, clear their heads. I think the Giants will be a good team this week, and I think the New York Giants at home will beat the Green Bay Packers on Sunday night. Tight game, field goal game, but the Giants get the job done this Sunday. Okay, the rest of our games this week. Houston at Detroit on Thursday. I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. Washington at Dallas. When I say you down with RG3, you say you know me. That's why I'm going with my boy RG3 to take it to the Cowboys and win on Thursday. Again, still a Thursday game with Thanksgiving. Tennessee at Jacksonville. Easy one here. Tennessee. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Pittsburgh did not look well last week. Cleveland looked pretty good against Dallas, but I will go with the Steelers. Get it done over the Browns. Oakland at Cincinnati. I will go with my main man, Andy Dalton, to get it done against the Raiders. Denver at KC. Probably won't be close, so I'm going to go with Denver. Seattle at Miami. I think Seattle's going to pack that defense and bring that running game to South Beach. And I think the Seattle Seahawks win this game. Minnesota at Chicago. Chicago did not look good last week. I don't know if Jay Cutler's will be back this week, but I will still go with the Chicago Bears to get it done. Baltimore at San Diego. I will go with the Baltimore Ravens on the road to get it done over the Chargers. St. Louis at Arizona. Arizona impressed me last week against a very good Atlanta Falcons team, so I'll go with Arizona to get it done against a very bad St. Louis Rams team. Buffalo at the Colts. Buffalo good last week. The Colts looked good for a quarter until Tom Brady decided to play. But I will go with Colts at home. Andrew Luck at home to get it done over the Buffalo Bills. And finally, again, the Monday nighter, Carolina at Philly. Well, we're going with Philly here just out of spite, because here on Ducks Know Sports we do still have a Cam Newton ban. And just remember to keep track of my picks, as I am red hot right now. As last week I went 12-2 to bring my record up to 106 to 52-1. Very, very impressive stuff. We'll see how this week's go. I really like these picks, but until next time, I'm Aaron Duxbury saying I'm Ducks, and I know sports.